Today, Dr. Luffy, we are pleased to present our group project for BNC42503 Industrial Building System, and we are from Session 2. Today, Dr. Luffy, now I will be introduce our group member, which is Chelsea Ines Arankong, me, myself, Melody Onghuichi, Lei Ishan, Emma Iba bin Yusaini, and the last one is Mohammad KHAIRUDDIN bin MD YUSOFF. Our company name is Hope Construction Sendiri Berhad, and now I will introduce our group member, which is Chelsea as the project manager, me, Melody, as the general manager, Aiman as the construction engineer, while the Ishan as the quantity survivor, and lastly is KHAIRUDDIN as the architect.
This is our team biography introduction. Our company name is Hope Construction Sendirian Berhad, and it is located in Hub Pendidikan Tinggi, Pagoh, Jalan Panco, 84600 Pagoh, Johor, and it is founded in April 2023. For part team position scope, a project manager is used to lead and supervise a construction project and collaborates with engineer and architects to formulate a strategy, establish a project timeline, allocate resources, and guarantee timely completion. A general manager is monitoring the progress of all projects and keeping the board informed of any critical issue and controlling the business risk across all facets, while a quantity surveyor is used to in charge in all facets of the contractual and financial side of construction project. And he is ensuring that the building project is finished within the allocated budget. Construction manager is making sure the finished construction project is built safely and correctly. And he is also used to ensure that the project is as cost effective as possible while preserving essential safety measure. An architect is used to planning, develop, and implementing the IBS building system. For part table of content, the first one is introduction, second one is precast system, third one is framing system, fourth one is block system, fifth one is hybrid system, and the last one is conclusion. Good day to Encik Lutfi. My name is Chelsea Ines Arankong. I am the project manager of Hope Construction Sendirian Berhad. Hope Construction Sendirian Berhad was started with one aim in mind, which is to create and manage quality products and upholding the quality of our workmanship. It was created in April 2023 and based in Hub Pendidikan Tinggi Pagoh, Jalan Panco at 44600 Pagoh, Johor. The team was led by me as the project manager and followed by a general manager, Melody Onghuichi, Ishan as the quantity surveyor, Aiman Iqbal bin YUSAINI as the construction manager, and Muhammad KHAIRUDDIN bin Muhammad Yusoff as the architect. As we know, what is IBS? IBS is a construction technique or process in which the components are manufactured under controlled circumstances, such as at factory or on a construction site, transported and placed under construction with little to no on-site labor.
Assalamualaikum and good evening to Dr. Luffy. My name is IQBAL bin YUSAINI. Today I will present about the precast system. The IBS called in the construction industry to measure the level of IBS usage in a building and become part of the main monitor system of the IBS construction industry. The shoring system is made according to the principle of usage of fabricated and precast component, offset production of component, the use of the standardized component, repairability and design building component based on the Malaysian Standard Guide to Modular Coordination in Building MS10C4. Next, the benefit of IBS adoption in construction activity in order to reduce the dependency on foreign labors, to improve the construction productivity and quality, reduce wasteful construction method, to become more environmentally friendly, to achieve design standards, to speed up the construction time. Next, I will present about installation method of the precast system. Number one is a design and planning. The first step is to develop detailed design drawing and the construction plan for the precast elements. Number two, fabrication. Precast elements are manufactured in a precast plant or factory. The process involves casting concrete into the mold or foam, curing, and applying any required finisher or treatments. Number three is site preparation. The construction site is need to be prepared to receive the precast elements. Number four, connection and joint. Once the precast elements are in the place, they are connected and joined together. Number five, finishing and sealing. After the precast elements are installed and connected, any accessory finisher touch-up are applied. Number six, integration and completion. Other construction components such as the MEP, if it is a mechanical and electrical or plumbing system are integrated into the precast structure. Next, I will present about planning, casting, and delivery of precast system. Number one, which is the planning. Planning is divided by 4 items, which is number one is design, number two, quantity estimation, number three is scheduling, number four is logistic. Next, number two is casting, which is divided by 4. Number one is mold preparation, number two, reinforcement placement, number three, concrete pouring, and number four is curing. Next, lastly, the delivery. Delivery has divided by 3. Number 1 is the handling and packaging. Number 2, transportation. And number 3, on-site coordination.
Good day to Dr. Luffy. I am Melody Onghui, and I am the General Manager of Hope Construction Sendiri Berhad. And now I'm pleased to talk about framing system. Framing system is a strong alternative to large panel construction today. It also defined as those structures that carry the loads through the beam and feeders to column and to ground as its heavy loads over the large span. The purpose of steel framing system is used in beams and columns, water frames, roof trusses, and more. It also commonly used with the precast concrete slabs. There are 4 types of framing system, which is skeleton steel framing system, shell wall-bearing steel framing system, long-span portal frame, and the light gauge steel framing. The steel framing system consists of column, beams, and floor components. In Malaysia, the construction company that uses the framing system, such as Sand in Malacca, that fully integrated the design and construction concept, adopted the highest standard of building quality by collaborating with international industry pioneers, which is SSS system. In addition, now I will be explain about installation method of framing system. The first step is stock yard. Steel is unloaded and stored prior to being moved to the fabrication lines for procession. And the second step is shoot blasting. It is a process to displace the dirt by shooting strong force of fire shoot onto the metal surface to provide a suitable clean finish for the welding. And the third step is cutting. For instance, the cutting such as circular saw, gas or flame cutting, plasma cutting, and lastly is the drilling and punching. And the fourth step is bending, such as section bending, plate bending, the tube bending. And the fifth step is the T-splitting. The split beams to make the T-section using the frame cutting. It can be cut centrally, off-center, or flanges trim. Next, the step is profiling. The tubular section that may require profile shaping of setting to fit the contour of the curved surface. And the last step is welding and coating to protect the root from the moisture, which can cause the root to become brittle and reduce its strength. Here's a table that shows the details of installation method of framing system from the step 1 stockyard until the step 7 welding and coating. The reason for using framing system in construction of housing unit are high durability, high design versatility, and flexibility, as it can be shaped into non-conventional, innovative design and is available in different sizes. Now I'll be talking about the planning, casting, and delivery of the framing system. First is design and engineering. We need to identify the structural requirements and load-bearing capacity of the framing system. Apart from that, we need to do product material selection to select the appropriate materials for the framing system considering the factors such as strength, durability, and cost. Next is formwork design. We need to advance formwork system to shape the concrete during the casting. In addition, the reinforcement placement is needed to identify the reinforcement requirements according to the structural calculation and the design drawing. They are also important to develop the formwork by cleaning, putting with a foam release agent, and installing the necessary embedded item, which is pouring and casting. Apart from that, we also need to cooling and finishing to ensure that the freshly cast concrete from the premature drying and maintain the proper moisture level for cooling. Next is the step of delivery logistics to propose the transportation logistics for delivering the framing system to the construction site. After delivering the logistics, we need to make sure the quality control by diary regular inspection during the casting process to ensure compliance with the design specification and construction standard. And the last step is project management.
A very good day, SP to Dr. Luffy. My name is Leishan, and now I will continue the discussion on block system. Block system is an intention of ordinary brick use that also incorporated the use of concrete block that are larger than common clay or concrete brick. The development of new variable of concrete block, improvement in region form insulation, and innovation in construction technical have resulted in a concrete blocks building system that is more affordable than the traditional framing building technical and has a nicer expansion. The hollow posts of the block can ensure their capacity for insulation while also making them more lightweight and easy to handle. With those practical engineering solutions, the laborious and the time-consuming task of traditional bricklaying is generally simply. There are always two sides for a coin. The block system is not essential and it has its own advantage and disadvantage. The first advantage of block system is cost saving. It does not require a big start-up expansion. The second one is the durability. It requires less maintenance and can last for centuries if well maintained. On the other side, the disadvantage of the block system is the material and transportation cost. The cost of concrete freight offered and different by area was higher. This made the transportation cost higher. The second one is the familiarization of the block system. This technical is still relatively new to the construction sector, so it requires to provide more employee training to know more about the block system. Now I will continue to discuss the installation method of block system. First, we need to planning and design the block system based on the client requirement. After that, we need to outline the layout on that area. Then we need to set up a base layer for the block system and then place it on condenser with the condenfine design. A line was then painted on a wood stick to make sure the block system is in the same level. If the block level is low, we need to remove and resume it with some additional mortar. The block will then place layer by layer after the first layer of block is done. We need to check the level of the wall after we done the work by using the laser level. If there is require any supported of reinforcement, we need to install it inside. After we complete the work, we can do some future procedures to meet the customer requirement. Last but not least, we need to do the quantity control check and testing to meet the construction necessary requirement. For a building project to be implemented successfully, a block system must be planned, and the casting and delivery method must be determined before the project is done. For planning, we must first know the project requirement of the client. We must always aware of client requirement and understanding their needs. Second, the design of system. We need to create a coherent design and pay attention to the size of used area. After we know the system we need to use, we need to estimate the quantity needed of the project. We must determine the number of blocks needed to complete the project, but we need to prepare more than the actual quantity to prevent any emergency case. After that, we need to know the installation method. We must select the base technical of installation method, which can make sure that it is compatible with other construction method. The last one is the workforce and the training. Since block system is still new, it considers the knowledge and ability need for installation, so the workforce must have this kind of knowledge and ability. After that, we need to go for the testing. To prepare of the material, we must measure and mix the concrete and other requirements in a condition. After that, the mold will be prepared. Before we pop the concrete inside, the mold must be cleaned, potential entry and cleaning as well before product, and apply some mold release agent to make sure the concrete can be moved up easily. After that, we need to having the casting process to the block. Some technical such as variation or compression can make sure the mix is accurately filled and remove the air pocket and gathering the block structural soundness. After that, for strength and durability, we must allow the block to crack after the cracking. To produce the final block possible, we must maintain the current conditions such as temperature. Last but not least is the storage and handling. We must generally move the mold and avoid any breaking or damage during storage and transportation. After that, we need to consider the delivery method. We must organize logic plan to adjust the delivery of the product to the building site and determine the most suitable transportation method. After we determine the transportation method, we need to use appropriate packing material and add some agent product or cracking material to make sure the block can be safety delivery. With the help of the proper living tool, we can handling and loading the block to the track. And we need to stack the block tightly and uniformly after all the block is on the track. Also, we need to communication and checking the delivery to avoid any issue with the delay delivery and always keep that on the delivery process. Last but not least, we need to work with the construction company to make sure that they got enough of room, tools, and library after the block is done being delivery.
Hybrid system. A hybrid system block in the context of industrial building system refer to the integration of multiple energy sources and technologies to optimize energy usage and efficiency. It combines various renewable energy sources such as solar power, wind energy, or fuel cells with conventional energy sources like wind, electricity, or generator. This integration allows for the simultaneous generation, storage, and utilization of different energy types within the industrial building system. By leveraging renewable energy and optimizing energy management, a hybrid system block in IBS aims to reduce reliance on fossil fuels, enhance energy efficiency, and contribute to sustainable goals. Installation method of hybrid system. First, we need to consider the site preparation, which is prepare the installation site by ensuring a level and stable foundation for the hybrid block system, considering the factors such as soil compression and drainage. Second, component assembly. Hybrid block system component includes of both traditional building blocks and specialized components. 3. Interlocking placement, which is install the block in the interlocking pattern for ensuring a secure fit between the components. Pay attention to any additional feature or connectors need to integrate the renewable energy source into the block system. 4. Utility integration, which is integrate the renewable energy source into the block system by connecting electrical wiring, plumbing, or the necessary utilities. 5. Alignment and labeling. Use a level and set edge to ensure the blocks are aligned correctly and level. Make any necessary adjustment to ensure uniformity and structural integrity. And lastly, finishing and testing. Apply any desired finish or coating to the hybrid block system for aesthetic and weather protection. casting and delivery of block system. The casting and delivery of block hybrid system start with the truth of analysis of the energy requirement and specific needs of industrial building. This includes understanding the electricity and heat demands, peak load requirement, and any environment consideration. The design and engineering phase begin where the specification for the block hybrid system are developed by determining the integration of renewable energy source like solar panel, wind turbine, or fuel cells, along with the energy storage system and control mechanism. Once its design is finalized, the necessary components are sourced, ensuring their compatibility, quality, and reliability. If any components require casting, such as specialized structure or component for the energy generation system, a detailed production plan is created considering timelines, resource allocation, and quality control measure. During casting and strengthened quality control measures are implemented to ensure the cast component meet design specifications. So testing and validation are conducted to verify the system performance. After successful testing, the block hybrid system is delivered and installed the industrial building, adhering to safety standard and regulation.
In conclusion, the industrialized building system has many uses in and out of the construction industry, though most of its uses revolve around the construction industry. Take a landed property. To put it simple, if the property were built using conventional techniques, every square inch would be built there and each component would need to be transported there. The walls or stairs, for example, might be built off-site, moved to the site and easily put together using the IBS method. Consider using Legos or building bricks to construct your own home. It is crucial to remember that the benefits of IBS that were previously discussed are indirect and do not lessen the difficulties and effects of the condition can have on a person's quality of life. To maximize the well-being and reduce the negative impacts of the condition, people with IBS needs to correct diagnose, management, and support from medical specialists. Thank you.
That's all from us. Hope constructions delivery. Thank you.